Just remember there's a little delay.
Well, Billy, they did it again by the hair of their chinny chin chins. They win against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you credit, though, because you called this one. You actually called this one.
Yeah. In typical Mavericks fashion, as I've always said, man, we have to make it very Dallas Cowboyish. We're picking up those vibes. We like to win at the buzzer. We like it to be a lot more dramatic than what maybe it should be. But a win is a win. MFFLs, do not poo-poo this win. It counts. That's 3 in a row. You guys, you know, we were down and out last week. Y'all had us thrown in the trash. We're getting this motion right here going. We're rolling again. We're rolling just a little bit.
The Dallas Mavs beat the Atlanta Hawks 117-118, and boy, did it come off a fiery Jalen Brunson.
Yes. Big time. That's our guy from Villanova, man. You got to know those Villanova guards, man.
You know me. Won me 2 brackets. Won me 2 brackets off Villanova. Off those
I remember
guys.
that.
I actually have a picture in my phone of last year when the Suns came. I got a picture of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges together. I told them that I owed them some money because they won me some money off that bracket that they won when I chose them those 2 years straight.
Hey, if I were you, I wouldn't pay it up, man. Both of those guys are good. They don't need your money, man. They're good.
I owe them. I got to do that. I got to take care of my guys.
Be a man of your word. There you go.
Yeah, man. So Mavericks win, and your nephew Luka got a triple double tonight. That's what we praise, right? Triple doubles.
That we appreciate triple doubles down here, man. It's a triple Doncic, by the way. That's what we're calling those now. Those are called triple Doncic. So, man, we got a technical error going on here. Was the score wrong? 118, 117? I thought that was the score. We only won by 1 point.
It swapped around. It should be Mavericks 118, Hawks 117.
I
tried to cheat the Mavericks out of a win tonight at the beginning of the show already.
Yeah. Well, don't do that. Taya, don't worry about that. That was a technical error on our part. We all make mistakes. That's a rare mistake by us. Don't worry about it.
What they say, wins are already hard to come by for this team. Here I am trying to not give it to them.
Right.
I'd just be ashamed of myself.
Well, you know what my question is, before we even get to all this greatness, man, I need to know what's on the menu tonight at Dub City, man, because you guys should be running out of stuff now, man. These guys
No.
place.
We stay supplied over here in Dub City. You know, we always have something good. We like to call it Fiesta night tonight. Yeah, you know, Latina night, you know, anything like that, you know, nachos, fajitas, thing like that. It's Fiesta night in the lounge tonight.
Okay, very good, man. I'll be through there about 1:30, man. I like to get there before they close, right before they close.
Yeah. Well, you know, we juck and jive until 5. We shuck and jive until 5, baby.
There we go.
Yeah, we up in the same. Don't worry, your nephew Luka, you gonna get the special night. The triple Doncic, we got that tonight.
Got him covered. Okay, there you go. Just make sure nephew eats well tonight, man. Make sure he's taken care of.
You know, there are some people who gonna get bottle service, and there are some people who just not gonna get anything at all. You know, they'll get. We'll comp the meal tonight for him, but that's what for.
Yeah,
that's about as good as we can get. All right, you already know what time it is. Let's just let's get right into this. Let's check out the highlights. And before we get into the highlights, I actually have a request to give a shout out, man.
Okay.
Our buddy Shane, he's watching. He's got his daughter watching Abigail Foster. We want to give her a shout out. And listen, Shane is my guy. Shane is getting people tuned into this thing, man.
That's right. Shane's I saw that. Shout out to Shane. Yes.
Shane shows us love, man.
That's right, man.
Somebody Clint Capella not showing the Mavs any love right here on that last play.
No.
Luka. Maxey, 3. Wow. Is Maxey Kleber not your guy? You don't talk about Maxey a lot. What's up with that?
He hasn't made it to that status of being my guy. He is a guy right now. Right now, he's very jaggish. He's just a guy. Maybe with more preparation and more skill, and he starts to play a little better. I'll refer to him as my guy. There's my guy right there.
KP,
my guy.
The reigning defensive champion.
That's right.
Yeah, looked like he gave that build up tonight because he was on the bench a lot tonight.
Yeah, and while these wonderful highlights are going on, I must shout out one of our people who's following the show tonight, a new follower. Right? We always like to welcome new people. So so my girl Taya is watching the show tonight. She's watching the broadcast. I don't know.
Is that her right here? Tonight. Is that her right here?
That's her right there. Yes, that's her right there. She's the one that came on and decided to ruin the show by telling us the score was wrong.
Oh, come on, man. She was helping us out.
Hey! There's more to come. Trust me, there's more to come. There's more to come. Yeah, but shout out to her, man. First time viewer. She's watching on the Twitter machine right now, so that's always good. Always glad to have new people watching. So you guys get over to the YouTube page as well, man. Follow, like, comment, and subscribe, man. We need that.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Carlisle Stein. You normally dump it on him, never give me shine. 14 tonight. 14 is 6 tonight. 14 is 6 tonight. Any praise you want to give?
Absolutely. I'll give praise where it's due, man. Carlisle Stein played well tonight, man. He blocked shots. He rebounded. He had a couple of moments where he was hanging on the rim by way of Luka. So, man, I thought Carlisle Stein did a very, very good job tonight. Very active, and really, he gave us those energy plays that got us back in the game because, for a minute, the Hawks were getting away with the game for a little bit.
Another guy tonight, questioning if he needs to go back to the shoot. He just hit a shot right there. But your guy, Josh Richardson, gave us 10 points tonight, and he didn't have the kickback, the kick door shoes on tonight. And I felt that at halftime, maybe he should have went back to the kick doors because his game was suffering a little bit.
Yeah, tonight, sometimes, man, when you get in those kick door specials, man, those kick door 7s he's been wearing the last couple of days, your feet get a little heavy, so you just kind of get used to that movement. So he felt a lot lighter tonight. He wasn't sure what to do with it. So,
oh my God,
give him a couple games to get it together, man. He'll be back. His feet will get adjusted again.
Oh, Clint Capella didn't have a good night. 6 and 7, but that one kid, he gave it to the Mavericks tonight, and Maxey Kleber had a problem with him tonight. That being Mr. John Collins tonight. My God,
yeah,
33 points tonight.
How many did he give us on last Saturday? He gave us quite a bit, man. I think it was 35 last time we played him?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we just don't have an answer for that guy. And please, MFFLs all over, everybody who's watching this broadcast, please let me know, when did Andy Dalton go from playing backup quarterback to the Cowboys to just giving us buckets on the floor? Whoever that kid is.
Oh, my God. Come on, man.
Whoever that kid is, man, with the red hair, I thought that was Andy Dalton. I'm like, sure.
Man, come on, man. That's Kevin Huter, man. That's Kevin Huter, man. Stop.
Look at this kid. Look at this.
I know he's knocking down threes. He's knocking down threes.
Look at Andy Dalton out there giving us buckets.
Carlisle Stein out there doing my guy Carlisle Stein. Me and Cedric Ceballos made that trade happen. Solomon Hill giving you one. Yeah, he put that one in on Luka. Trey Young got it going tonight, 25. Much improvement from the last game when he was here.
Yep. I mean, this college guy is all over the place.
Oh, my God. Well, I would love to see him here, but,
Oh, well, this is where, yeah, right. But this is where it took off. Look at your guy.
Oh,
right
look,
here.
Who is that, Billy? Who is that? Come on, give it to him.
Hey, give it to him. THJ came out, man. He gave us buckets. He gave us buckets.
No. He didn't just give you buckets. He gave you 16 points tonight. He's back on schedule.
Hey, that's fine. I appreciate that. Just be consistent about it. That's all I've asked of THJ. Just be consistent. Give me that every night. I can show you how to win basketball games.
Or as Tovas likes to refer to him, J.R. Smith.
That's an excellent comparison. I didn't think much of it last night.
I don't agree with that comparison. I don't agree with that comparison at all. Yeah. I told you why. Last memory I got of J.R. Smith was LeBron. I thought we was up. That's my last memory of him. I thought we was up.
Anything is possible, man. Remember?
Anything's possible with this guy. And here we go here. Let's play right here. This is what I want to talk. Look, Jalen Brunson. You need to give Jalen Brunson a look because he gave you 21 tonight. And that's off the bench. 21 off the bench.
Well, I mean, the great Jeff Van Gundy told us the other night. He told us the other night, this is the best backup point guard in the league, and I believe him. And when you're in there and you can come in against that second unit of the other team and you can lead your second unit and you can get to the cup and score like that, he can shoot the ball. Hey, you got a player, man. Hopefully they don't put him on the block to be moved. But fortunately enough for us, being Mavericks fans, nobody's a good fit here, so we shouldn't have to worry about it.
That's a really good point by you. Good point by you. Mavericks did it again. They scared us here. They let them get within close. Gallinari hit that shot, and man, he was so close to winning that game.
Yeah. But
all in all, you did escape. Another one by the hair of your chinny chin chin. You escaped again.
Yep. Man, Walt, I want to bring it to the people's attention here because I told you this a while back on the a little while back. I said, hey, man, this Mavericks team, the key to them is playing with a little more pace. You were the one that started that off. But I also said the team just did not believe they could win a basketball game. They had lost 6 in a row. They couldn't win. They were losing in close games. So it was very, very tough. I just said they need to win one. Find a way to win one. And that one came against the Hawks, last week. You took a loss against the Warriors. You got drove. And then you came back, you won a close game against the Warriors on a night that Steph Curry went nuts. So then you get a win. And then you turn around, you get the Timberwolves, and you get a win. Now you had the Hawks come to town, and you get another win. So now you're 3 wins in a row. And like I said, it's about running into teams at ideal times. Okay, you're going to get lucky sometimes and catch a team where they don't have their best players or their best players aren't having their best night or they're in a funk or whatever. And that's what the Mavericks are doing. They're taking care of the teams that are bad, and they're winning these games. And that's how you stack them. That's how you start putting them together.
Barely.
Hey, it doesn't matter, man. Listen, this Mavericks team is not – I don't think anyone's confusing us for what Ring James has going on up there in L.A. or what Kawhi has going on in L.A. So we're not that.
We can't do that. Yeah, we can't. Yeah. We can't do that.
Yeah. So we're really not too much of a. I'm not gonna say we're too far ahead of some of these teams that we're beating. So I never look at the game as like, hey, that's an easy win. No, they're not easy win. They're games that we should win. But this Mavericks team has not shown and proved that they're dominant like that to where they should beat the Hawks by 20 points. So these games are going to be close. But the idea is that they are winning these games. So shout out to the Mavericks. They had lost 6 in a row. Now we won 3 in a row. And like Van Gundy said, you put 3-4 wins together, man, you're right back in the mix of things. I like to see where we are in the standings.
I'll pull that up here in a little bit. Talk to me about your guy KP tonight. Got in foul trouble, but even in foul trouble, he still gave you what 15 points tonight in foul trouble.
KP had a rough night, man. It looked like I didn't see the first quarter. I saw he had a couple of easy dunks and layups or whatnot, but I did see the big three that he hit in the fourth quarter from the corner. I thought that was big for him. It's tough to score when you're in foul trouble, man. And he had the assignment of Collins pretty much all night when he was on the floor, and Collins was just giving everyone buckets, man. I mean,
yeah, he gave Maxi Cleve a lot of buckets tonight.
Yeah. And then Capella's, grabbing boards. You're having to try to keep him off the glass. So on nights like that, it's going to be tough, man. And, he got into foul trouble. But credit to him, man, for playing through it. He made some timely buckets for us, a couple timely rebounds. And in the end, nobody's going to complain if you win the game, So shout out to him for getting the dub tonight. But he'll be better. He's been on a good roll. And I think he'll get back to it. But tonight was just an off night for KP. But thank God for nephew out there tonight. And, Jalen Brunson, who Jalen Brunson is now a cousin, just so you know. He's part of the family.
Okay. He's kinfolk now.
Yeah, that's right. Kinfolk Brunson.
Now. Okay.
Kinfolk Brunson. So nephew did well. Kinfolk showed up to the party. And, we did what we had to do. We got to do tonight. So shout out to them.
Ken Folk Brunson. Let's go. We got to go over these numbers. Let's go down the list here. Dodo gave you 8 points tonight. I don't know how you feel about that.
He hit a clutch 3 for us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he did.
I was excited about that.
Maxi only gave you 6 tonight. Is that because he was more focused on defense tonight? Is that what we're going with?
Maxi did not shoot the ball well tonight, but I will say he had his hands full defensively. It's hard to go down and play both ends of the floor. You know that. I know that. It's very, very difficult. So I think that Maxi did what he could do. But I trusted Maxi in another game, another situation. He can knock down 2 or 3 of those opens we give him to him.
I said Carlisle Stein gave 14. Trey Burke didn't give you anything tonight. And another guy I wanted to highlight here, a guy that you like to talk about and promote. He gave you 0 points tonight, and that's Dwight Powell. I want to talk about that with you and see what you had to say to that.
Hey, look, man, I'm telling you that Wendy's, man, I'm gonna write a letter to their corporate office or something, man, because that chili serving over there is really doing bad. And I think Dwight might have just got another bowl of that or something before the game, man. It's just got to be careful about that type of stuff. But he'll bounce back. Give him a game to get it out of the system. He'll bounce back.
We go over here to the other side of the ball. And this John Collins guy, me and Mike Bassey talked about him and Lentz tonight through text messages. That's a guy who he's wondering if Atlanta's going to pay them. And I said, I don't think so, because I think Atlanta is having to choose between him and Clint Capella. And it sounds like they went with Capella already. So paying John Collins is probably not going to happen. And me and Mike are both on the same page. I wouldn't be upset with them if they maxed him out to come to Dallas. Wouldn't be upset with it.
He's young. He's a baller, man.
I wouldn't be upset with that at all. Bring him, give him a lot of money and bring him here to Dallas. And him and Luka would play together nicely.
I can see that. But you and Mike Bassett, both of you guys already know how this situation works. So they're all pipe dreams at this point. You know how this works. So
he's just not a good fit.
No need to even talking it up, man.
He's just not a good fit here. That's all I can tell you. Did I lose you? I think I lost Billy for a second. He'll be right back. Shane. So what do y'all think about Rick changing Luka's minutes a bit? Over the last 3 games, he's no longer playing the entire first and sitting 5 and 10 minutes in the second. I think that's been a good move so far. Tell you what, Shane, one thing about that I did like is that they they're starting to do what I suggested, and that's take him off the ball. And we're tonight. I seen a lot of who's did I see? I seen a lot of Brunson and Josh Richardson bringing the ball down. A lot of that. Luka's minutes. Luka was dead tired tonight. And you saw Luka taking shots to Mike Bassett called me and laid something on me heavy. He said, "Did you see that shot Luka took? He took that because he's tired. That 1-3 where he just launched it. He's like he's shooting that shot to get a break because he's tired, and we don't have anybody we really can sub in for him." And I didn't think about it that way. And I was like, yeah, I could see it that way because KP couldn't really give him what he wanted tonight. He couldn't really get what he wanted from KP because KP was in foul trouble. So I understood where he was coming from. And what we got here? Absolutely, I'm good with Collins playing for you. Yeah, I'm good. Collins is the man. But Collins is not the player that I'm going to unravel who the Mavericks should go get. I have a guy who's a fit. Billy, I actually have a guy who's a fit for the Dallas Mavericks. I actually have a guy.
Okay.
I will unravel it before the show is over.
The world needs to know.
Yeah, I'll unravel before the show is over. But what were you getting ready to say?
Well, I was going to say, I was going to tell you first, man, I was hearing what you were saying, but it was real choppy. I don't know what's going on. StreamYard isn't doing as well with the connection right now. But last thing I heard you say was Collins was a good player. You said that Mike Bassett said something about Luka was tired when he jacked up that three. And I think I know exactly which one you're talking about. It did, because I was looking, I'm like,
no, it's not Drummond.
I was like, why are you just throwing
it? Ain't Drummond, Shane. It ain't sure. Hey, Shane. Drummond is not a fit here. Hashtag not a fit here.
That's right. Anybody that could give you 18 to 20 boards a game and help you.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't be here. Yeah, he's not good here.
No. We'd rather him go up there with Ring James and help them become even more unbeatable. So, yeah. That's the way that type of thing works.
Yeah, Collins, I would say he's a good player, and I wouldn't be upset if the Mavericks threw all the money at him and bought him here. Wouldn't be upset with it at all. Yeah,
I mean, now, are we going to assume that KP is still here with him? Because where are you going to play him? You're going to put Collins at your power forward, right? That's where he's going to play.
KP can continue to play the 5.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Collins can do the dirty work for you on the inside. He has no problem working down there. KP can
go back to stay hitting threes. Go back to hanging out on the 3-point line like he wants. At least they'll have a center down there that can actually bang. Yeah.
And then when you get both of those guys down there together, man, defensively, I mean, you should be able to control the glass pretty good. So,
actually, I'm kind of counting on Porzingis getting in the paint next season, and actually, Collins can actually still step out there and hit his 3-pointer.
Yeah, he has that type of ability, so that's a good thing. Anytime you get bigs that are versatile and can play inside, outside, can play with their back to the basket, they can face up, man. These are dynamic type dudes, man, and you need to have at least 2 of those guys on your team. And I think the Mavericks already feel like they have that. Luka can play with his back to the basket a little bit. KP's trying to get there. He doesn't do it enough for me to feel comfortable, but Collins definitely knows how to play with his back to the basket.
Oh, come on, Shane. See what you did. You see what you did. You see what you started. This is you. This is all you right here. All you right here.
We're just bringing attention to the culture, man. Look, Josh Richardson is doing it for the culture, man. We do this. The kick doors, it's a real thing, man. When we're not kicking down doors and committing crimes, man, we're out there balling out on that floor, man. We're getting buckets. That's what we're doing.
Wow. It's all I can say is wow.
That's what the kick doors are made for, man.
That's all I can say is wow. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So John Collins up him. Trae Young had 25 and 15 tonight. He was hitting those long threes again, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. But the Mavericks did a good job for the first half, and then the second half, I was like, you got to stop double teaming him. Get off the double team on him because it's getting you killed right now.
Yeah, get the ball out.
I don't care. I don't care. It was one of them. Let him do what he's gonna do. Okay, at this point, because these other guys are tearing you up. And Andy Dalton, as you like to call him, Kevin Huter, hit you for about 23 tonight.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and give some credit, man. You know, typically I don't like to give credit to these guys who I've never really heard of, but that kid can play, man. He can play. He tore us up last time we played. Yeah.
Yeah, he can shoot.
Not only can he shoot, man, I saw him put the ball on the ground and get to the bucket like a couple of times, man, and finish right hand and left hand. So that kid might be something, you know, that we have to worry about in the future. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar, but he's definitely proven to be an adequate, you know, guy in your rotation that can give you buckets when necessary.
So another guy who I think when I said that the Hawks were going with Clint Capella over John Collins, I actually think they're going with Cam Reddish over John Collins, who they drafted. But well, you know what? Actually, they have another Villanova guy that I actually won over there. Who won over there that I would like? Who won with Brunson and Mikal Bridges? I haven't seen him play in a while, but I think it's DeAndre Hunter.
That
he was a power. Yeah, he was a power forward, and he hadn't been out there, but I'll take him. You know, him and Jalen Brunson, they have chemistry together. They won championships together in college, so yeah. I'll take him.
There you go. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Chemistry already built in.
I don't know what the hell Danilo Gallinari was doing out there. Be careful because the Mavericks almost signed him this summer.
Right. I don't know what he was a good fit per the Mavericks.
Yeah, he was a good fit. He probably still might be a good fit now. But yeah, he didn't. He I don't know what he gave me 11 points tonight. I wasn't impressed by him tonight. I don't know what he was doing out there. He was just taking stupid shots.
Hey,
I guess because I guess he was one. He's one of those guys that he hadn't got the ball in a while. So when he got it, he was like, "Oh, I got to shoot it." Looking at his shot selection tonight.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you this, Gallinari, you know, people forget, you know, he was a high draft pick when he came out, you know, back in the day. I didn't realize Gallinari's been in the league for like 12 years at this point. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I mean, he used to be with Denver. I remember he was with Denver. Actually, I remember when he was with New York.
Yeah. And they hyped him up, man. And, you know, he's more of a shooter. I know when he first came in the league, they touted him as a guy that could get to the basket and he could pass it. But at this point of his career, man, he's just really like a good spot-up, knockdown shooter.
I think they're doing they're doing too much with him. He's trying to put the ball on the floor and do stuff. It's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Stand on the outside and shoot. Yeah, he was good at that in Denver. He was real good at that in Denver.
Yep.
So you call this dub tonight. You know, there were some questions I had. I understood that Porzingis was in foul trouble, but I feel like he should have been used more in the fourth quarter. He didn't play at all in the third quarter.
Yeah, I didn't see him at all in the third quarter. I don't know what that was about.
But and that's because he was in foul trouble. That made sense. But okay. I didn't really see the benefit of having him out like that, especially the last couple of plays. Like, he should have been on the floor.
You mean the last couple of plays of the game?
Yeah, he should have been on the floor, but
yeah, absolutely. We got away with it tonight. Yeah.
So Tim Hardaway, you are going to give him his just due tonight? I just want to make sure.
Absolutely. You know, as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and get this out the way right now because
breaking news
needs to be said. It needs to be said. Billy, okay, Timothy, if you're watching this, I do want to apologize to you because I have been so incredibly unfair about your game and what you bring to the team.
Yeah, I've been very wrong about your game.
Mm-hmm. I used to judge and criticize his ability to shoot the ball. I knew he could do it, but I just felt like, man, why does this dude not hit big shots? But what I saw tonight, man, not just the idea, and I think it was Shane who brought this up at the last game too. And Shane, if I'm wrong about this, tell me. But I think Shane told us in the last post-game show, he was like Hardaway, or maybe it was last night. He was talking about Hardaway coming off the bench and that new role, man. He knows what his role is. When you come off that bench as a sixth man, your job is to come in and fill it up, man. It's not to facilitate. It's not to do. Your job is to come in and get buckets. And that's what he did. When he came out in the fourth quarter, Well, I knew we were going to come back and win this game. When he came out and gave me those first 5 points, that three, I'm like, oh, he shot that with confidence. Then he came down. He wasn't looking to get anybody else involved. I'm getting to the cup. Got there, left hand layup. He gave me 5 points. When he came back and hit that next one and went behind the back with a little sauce on it, got me 7. I said, oh, yeah, he's here. He's here.
He has arrived. He's here to ball.
This guy, he is here to do a job, and no one's going to stand in his way. And he gave us bucket after bucket after bucket. And then Jalen Brunson got involved. Then Luka started doing Luka things. And then next thing you know, man, we won a basketball game. This is a game that we should not have won by way of how we played in the third quarter. You always say the game is a won or lost in the third quarter for the
game.
You're
supposed to coach my basketball coach Guy Rich. So Dave Milson out of Cedar Hill say, you should win. You should have the game won in the third quarter, and you close the game out in the fourth quarter.
Yep,
that's the way it should be.
Yep,
that's the way it should be. I need the man, the myth, the legend is joining us right now. Mike Bastick has finally joined the broadcast.
Mike, what's up, man?
Mike Bastick is here to tennis. Now the show can really get going. What we really want to do here, but the game and the coach, he always said we want to win the game in the third, and that way in the fourth, we just gonna close it out. We just want to get our other guys in to close this thing out. Is what we want to do. And get ready for the next one. Right. Yes, Mike. We just talked about how Porzingis was not playing in the fourth. We attributed it to foul trouble, but like I said, in those last couple of minutes, he should have been on the floor. And Shane says he disagreed, but we paid him too much money not to be on the floor in the fourth quarter. And I'm a guy who don't like to count chips and get in people's pockets, but he needs to be on the floor in the last seconds of the game. Last seconds of the fourth quarter.
Well, I don't see what benefit it is.
Let him foul out at that point. Let him foul out.
Yeah. I don't see what benefit it does for the Mavericks or what benefit it is to the Mavericks for him to be on the bench in the fourth quarter. Granted, foul trouble and all that stuff. But like you said, if he fouls out, he fouls out. But he's more meaningful on the floor, on the offensive end and on the defensive end. He's a shot blocker. You need that. When you have guys like Trae Young who can get to the basket, Collins been giving us buckets at the basket all night long. Capella's out there, long and rangy and can rebound. You have to have him out there.
No shot clock at high school makes that easier. That's actually a good point by Mike. Really good point.
Yeah. But before you move on, I mean, I heard you mention Cedar Hill. I would be foolish not to mention the school that I went to. We also had a very, very winning basketball coach by the name of Coach OJ. OJ, that's not his name. Coach Mayo. I was thinking of OJ Mayo, but Coach Mayo from the Dallas Skyline. That's where I attended school. So just for everyone to know, the Dallas Skyline.
Oh, you guys are responsible for what? Larry Johnson and what's the guy who played for Indiana?
Just a
Larry
couple of NBA players. Who else was CJ Miles?
CJ, that's what I'm thinking. CJ Miles.
Just a couple of quality NBA players. That's all. Every now and again, we like to bless the league with some of these guys. Every now and again. No big deal. No big deal. We just put guys down there.
Oh God. Most games, put KP in tonight. I wasn't feeling him late in the fourth. I think Rick made the right decision. For rebound purposes, you did need him in the game because you were getting ate up by Collins. Luckily, Tim Hardaway made that decisive play because if not, you were getting as Mike Bassett calls it, the no rebound clock was happening. And John Collins actually got the rebound. He actually did get the rebound. Hardaway just stripped it from him.
Right.
So he got away with that, but that's why you want him in there for rebound purposes.
Yeah. You can't teach 7-2, 7-3, man. You need that guy out there to clear the glass for you. And
that's all. We don't need him to score. I just need him to clear that glass.
Yeah. Yep. And get it to my playmaker so that we can get out and run.
Do you feel like they did a good job on Trae Young tonight? And I was telling you that me and Mike were saying that they need to come up off that double team because it was getting killed by the guy you consider Andy Dalton. Huter, he started lighting up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ideally, man, when you have a star player, and we all know Trae Young is a star player here, when you have guys like that, the idea is a lot of times, okay, get the ball out of his hands. He can't hurt us without the ball in his hands. But, he's along the lines of what we were talking about with Steph Curry the other night. Sometimes you have to just let him just kind of get his and stop everybody else, because Trae Young started busting from 32 feet. Then he started getting it to Herter, who was killing us. And then John Collins is doing a number on us. And then some of these other guys are coming in, spotting up, hitting shots. And so you're always going to be at a disadvantage when you double team anybody. You're always going to be at a disadvantage. There's going to be one man short. And for Atlanta, they just had guys on the floor that could shoot the ball and could score outside of Trae Young. But, man, that kid, I saw him pull up past the logo a couple of times, and he is not afraid to shoot it, man. He's not afraid to shoot that damn ball.
It was one play that left him open. I was like, well, wait. Oh, you think he won't shoot that? And he shot it, knocked it down.
Right. Right. Well, that's what the game is coming to nowadays, man. You really have to have guys like, you know how they refer to Patrick Beverly as Mr. 94 feet. He's going to check you, from the time you catch the ball. You have to have those type of guards nowadays, man, to cover these Trae Youngs and Steph Currys, because
it don't matter against Steph. It don't matter against Steph. He's still going to pull up on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I think guys still have this idea that these point guards now are going to come down and run an offense and pass it at least twice. No, these guys are coming down. If you give them any space, Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, Trae Young, these guys are coming down.
Dame Lillard's another one who don't care. He'll pull up on you too. He don't even care. Yeah. He gonna shoot it.
Yeah, and it can hit it with range. That's what's crazy about it. So, I wish we had some of those guys like that.
This is one for you. How much confidence has the winning streak gave you in the Mavericks?
Well, I was going to say, is that for me personally or for the Mavericks? How much confidence?
Oh, that's for you. That's for you. You are the biggest Maverick fan.
Well, for me, Mike, I have confidence that they can go out and win games now. Are they going to go out and beat the better teams? Probably not. We're not skilled like that. But do I think that if we run into a stretch of games like this, to where we play the Hawks and we get the lower end teams, the teams that are going to be anywhere from maybe like 6 to 14 in the standings, everybody except for the top 3 or 4 teams, I feel like we have a chance to beat those guys. I told you before, Mike, I really believe this. The Mavericks, when they were in that losing streak, it was just important for them to win a game to say, okay, we're not going to lose the rest of these games this season. Now they've gotten a little confidence. Guys are starting to play a little bit together. THJ is gaining his confidence. Luka never lost his. KP started to gain confidence. Josh Richardson is starting to make more plays. Carlisle Stein showed up tonight. So for me, I think the team is starting to develop a little confidence. Me personally, I don't think we're going to make our way up into the top 4 or 5 of the Western Conference. But do I think we could teeter around 7 or 8 once we, establish ourselves there? I feel very confident that they could get to that point, barring any major injuries or anything stupid happening.
You asked the question, where are the Mavericks at in the standings? They're actually moved up to number 12 now.
Okay. Well, how many games separate 12 from 8?
So right now they are 12 and 14. Okay. The Grizzlies are 9 and 10. The Pelicans are 11 and 12. The Kings are 12 and 12. The Warriors are 13 and 12. The Nuggets are 12 and 11. And the Spurs, we'll just stop at the Nuggets because the other ones are far-fetched.
Okay. So who sits in the 8th seed right now?
Golden State Warriors at 13 and 12.
13 and 12, and we're 12 and 14?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, man, I mean, that's what, like a 2-game difference, maybe 2.5 games? I mean, I'm not a mathematician here, but
yeah, you get you a win Friday night against the Pelicans. You could be 12 and 12, and then you tie for the ninth spot with the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're right there. I mean, the Western Conference is so tough. No team outside of the Lakers and the Clippers and those top teams up there, those guys are going to run away with those spots. You don't have to worry about that. We need to focus on what we need to be, what we need to do to be right there in that 7-8 spot, man. And they just need to keep finding a way to win. It's too tight to just give it to anybody at this point.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. I'm going to ask you this: what consistency? Because I mean, Porzingis prior to the night before, he's giving you a double-double. He's been in 20 points. I mean, even with a bad night tonight, he still gave you 15 out there. And as we saw, Billy, he was the reigning defending defensive champion out there on the floor. But we don't need to make light of that. We don't just give that title belt to anybody. Okay,
right,
they gave it to KP.
You have to earn that.
Yeah, he earned it. He earned it. I think he lost it tonight, but he has held the title. They what they call it in WWE? They call it a transition champion. He's just a transition champion. I don't know who got it tonight, but KP was definitely defending his championship tonight.
Hey, he did good for what the situation was, being in foul trouble and everything. I thought he did the best he could, but Mike, he's been
giving us 20. He's been giving us 20 points a night. He's been giving us 20.
He's doing his job. He's giving us that, and he's rebounding, and he's blocking shots and everything, and he's affecting the game in a positive way.
Let's go down his timeline real quick. Timberwolves, he gave you what, 20? He gave you 27.
Okay.
In the Warriors game, he gave you 18. Wait, did he have a double-double in that game? He had a double-double in the
Yep.
That's where he got the championship in. He got the championship belt there. In the Golden State game, the second one on Saturday, he gave you 18 and 10. The first Warriors game, what did he give you? He gave you 25. He didn't give you a double-double, but he gave you 25. The last Hawks game, the first one, he gave you 24 and 11.
Yeah. He's been playing well.
He's been giving you 20. He's been giving you 20 points, about 20, a good 20 points 20 points a night. Anywhere from I'll say anywhere from 15 to about 25. I'll give him. Yeah. I'll go that far for him.
Yeah, and most of the games outside of tonight have been 20 plus. So I'll take that from KP. Willie Cauley-Stein got the belt tonight, huh?
Oh, Willie got it tonight. Oh man. Well, hey, I told you, Big Willie style. Big Willie style is what I'm gonna start referring to. Great CD too. Had that album when I was in the fourth grade.
That was a great album. That was a great album. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Miami and get jiggy with it.
Get jiggy with it. Still my. Hey, anytime that comes on, man.
Hey, get it going.
You gotta stand up and bust the move with that one, man. No matter how old you are, you gotta get it. Yeah.
I'm gonna verify. I'm gonna make sure I verify that Cauley-Stein got that tonight. I'm gonna check that out.
Well, I do. Oh, I want to pose a question to everybody who's online right now watching the show. Because
I love it. I love it.
Come on, Mike. That was completely unnecessary. That was a low blow,
yeah,
Mike. You didn't have to do that.
It actually was part. It was actually needed. It was actually needed.
Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Dwight didn't have a good game tonight, but I do want to ask this question though, and it's a serious question.
Mike is right. He did give you one rebound tonight, and that's it. No points, no assists, no nothing. He only played 5 minutes.
Well, that's fine. You know what? Last time I checked, I wasn't the smartest kid in school, but last time I checked, 5 is more than back-to-back zeros any day of the week. So I do want to bring that up.
Wow.
I do want to bring that up.
On a night where Big Willie Style gave you 14 and 6, that's what you want to do tonight, huh?
No,
that's what you want to do.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. I mean, so we could just say that neither one of these guys are consistent, right? Because Rick plays one of them, and then he sits the other one for 2 straight games, and then he lets the other one come back. And, maybe that's his thing. Maybe Cauley-Stein felt motivated.
Kind of why Steph Curry's not here anymore. That's why he wanted to be traded. And you didn't hear that from me.
Well, yeah. Well, you could have went without saying that. But, no, something I do want to ask, though. Yeah. See, he's not going to let him make it. He's not going to let him make it. It's okay.
No,
it's okay.
I don't think so.
No, but no, on a serious note, guys, I do want to ask this. Because this time last week, Walt, we were having a big conversation. The hashtag was out there: "Fire Rick Carlisle, fire Rick Carlisle, fire Rick
Oh,
Carlisle."
it was still
This
some of
was
that
just a
going
week
on
ago.
tonight. It was still going on tonight about the shot selection Luka was taking. Everybody felt that was on Rick Carlisle tonight.
Yeah, I don't see how that's possible. But I've had a chance to talk to a couple of guys who are really, really big Mavericks fans outside of Shane and Mike and some of the guys that are on here with us now. And the idea still remains the same. A lot of these guys think that this is fool's gold, and maybe they're right. Ultimately, maybe they'll be right about it. But a lot of people are saying, hey, we don't want the Mavericks to get on a little run because we want them to continue to lose for the sake of ensuring ourselves that Rick Carlisle is going to be gone. And I hate when we get to these situations in sports because it's like you start rooting for the failure of the team all to see one guy get out of the door. And in most cases, it does not happen that way, to be honest with you. So, a lot of people are kind of poo-pooing the Mavericks and, they don't like the fact that the Mavericks seem to be like turning things around, be it in the short term or whatnot, however you see it. A lot of people don't like the fact that the Mavericks are winning games. They would prefer that the Mavericks would now be part of a 9-10 game losing streak in hopes that Rick Carlisle would be gone. And I think that's unfair, but it's what's going on out here right now.
Okay, so Mike has a point here. I don't think Keaton will fire Rick. Okay, so here's the deal. I think Rick's got like 2 more years left on this deal. I guess you let him play it out because he got to sit. He bought a championship to Dallas. But I'm glad you brought this up because I was sitting here thinking about this earlier. Since the championship, and I think I talked about this last night a little bit, the Mavericks haven't won a playoff series since the championship, okay?
Right.
They've been in and out of it was a good stretch. They missed the playoffs. And, this is where me and EA butt heads at a lot because you can't say, oh, well, Rick Carlisle gets the best of his guys and then turn around and say, well, when you say, well, he didn't make the playoffs enough. Oh, well, look at his roster. He didn't have a good roster. Okay, but that defeats the purpose of you saying to me that he gets the best out of his team or he makes the best out of a situation or whatever. Whatever, cool. Okay. I'm just going to throw a few names at you real quick, okay? Terry Stotts, right?
Okay.
Rick Carlisle, under the Rick Carlisle tree, right?
Right.
After the championship, left here and has been to the playoffs in one series. Matter of fact, they went to the Western Conference Finals. Dwayne Casey left here and did what? Went to the playoffs and got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but just kept running up against LeBron.
Right.
So we've seen players coaches up under him go places and have success. And then we have had players that have left here and had success. And to the point I keep making, Rick Carlisle is a good coach, top tier coach. I said if you take him off this team today and put him on the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow,
right,
they go to the championship next year. No hesitation. Right. But I've been beating this in people's heads since Dirk retired. I've said that when you bring in a new rookie, like you do, when you bring in a new player, go into the draft and get him, you have to get him a coach to grow with. Okay.
Right.
Now you're gonna bring him, you're gonna put him, you got Rick Carlisle, and Rick Carlisle's not gonna be here for his whole career.
Right.
So now Luka's gonna have to go through a coaching change.
Right.
That's one thing you don't want to happen. So that's one issue. So now number 2, the deal is that the locker room, I keep saying the locker room is too young for him. His message it's not that it gets ignored. It's just that it's like a Mr. Miyagi thing. It's like the whole wax on, wax off. They not waxing on and waxing off no more. They not into that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Guys like Steph Curry come here and want to shoot, and you like, no, we're not doing that tonight. He like, well, what? Yeah. What's the problem? I was just shooting the other night. He like, no, we not shooting tonight. We doing it. We're going another direction tonight. They don't understand that. And I think I said it last night. Tim McMahon said it best that they are missing JJ Barea because JJ Barea was kind of a buffer for these guys. When Rick would say something, he would go over there and explain it to him what Rick was saying and what he meant by it.
Right.
So, do I think Rick Carlisle? I mean, when I've said Rick Carlisle get fired, people have taken it as, I'm hating on Rick Carlisle. I just don't like Rick Carlisle.
Right.
That's not the case at all. I'm saying to you, when you go draft a guy, when you say I got a new guy, you got to get him a head coach.
Right. Somebody he can grow with.
Yeah. You got to get him players and a coach that he can grow with. And I just honestly felt like after Dirk was gone, Rick should have been gone too. Right.
Well, and it would have made perfect sense. I mean, but they did go that route. So, therefore we do have Rick Carlisle here. I don't ever want the Mavericks to just lose games or to be so bad that, okay, we have to fire the coach. Me personally, I know you said that they had
that's a Dallas thing. They wanted that with the Cowboys. They wanted the same thing. That's a 1 minute they want to tank and then 1 minute they don't want to tank. That's 1 minute they want to tank and then next minute, well, tanking's stupid. Why would you ever do that?
Right. Yeah. That's the way it is, man. It's just real finicky. You know how that is. But I know you had mentioned earlier, Rick has 2 more years left on his contract. Me personally, I don't think Rick's going to finish out those last 2. I think depending on how they finish this year, we might be looking at a change. I really do. I feel like they might be looking at a change. I mean, you got to see what else you could do before you get to the end of Luka's rookie contract. And I don't think Carlisle's going to stick around for that.
This whole walking the ball down there, that don't work in the NBA today. You got to be running. You got to run. Yeah. And I keep trying to that's what I keep trying to explain to EA. Like, this whole walking the ball down slow, that ain't going to cut it. That's why teams like Chicago, you could go and beat the Clippers one night and then turn around and play Chicago and lose to them twice because you got to be ready to run and gun when you play teams like that.
Yep. And it's because
that's why when they played the Golden State Warriors, and I was like, you see that right there? You see the way they played the Golden State Warriors the second night? That's how they need to play basketball. That's the pace they need to play with. They need to be quick, running down, shooting, all that.
Yeah.
They need to play that all the time.
Well, I mean, they're equipped to play it that way sometimes. I mean, sometimes you got to slow the game down, but I do think that should be their general pace.
When you slow the game down? When you playing the Clippers, the Lakers, and teams like that. That's when you slow it down. When you
those teams are older. Those teams are older.
That's what I'm saying. That's when you walk in the ball. That's the games you walk the ball at. But when you playing the Chicago Bulls, you gotta get your running shoes on that night. You gotta be ready. Yeah. You gotta be ready to go. The team is too young to be playing old. They're playing old.
Yeah, that's true. Will they do it? Only time will know.
When the Charlotte Hornets come to town, we need to be ready to run those nights. You need to go in the locker room and say, hey boys, get your running shoes on tonight because we're running tonight.
Yeah. They got athletes that can run and play that pace, man. I mean, they just, but just the system that's in place right now, that's just not what they do all the time. So, I don't know, man. I just think at the end of this year, regardless of how it all plays out, without it ending in a deep playoff run. I mean, we got to make the playoffs first, but, and that's in the air. But if you make the playoffs and you go on a deep playoff run, let's just say you somehow win first round and then you win the second round. Somehow you get into the Western Conference Finals. I think that's the only way that you could kind of really legitimately say, okay, Rick, we need to bring it back. Maybe we just need to add a couple more pieces here. But if anything short of that, man, if it's another you don't make the playoffs or it's a first round exit, then, man, I think you could justify going ahead and letting Rick Carlisle go. And it's nothing personal towards him. It's just time to go with a new voice.
I mean, coaches have been fired. Coaches have been fired for less in the NBA and in the NFL. I mean, and Dallas, they wanted Mike McCarthy fired after 1 year.
Yeah. And he was coming in, didn't even really know his players. He probably still doesn't know his way around the star like that. But, And
they want him gone after 1 year, fire this guy tomorrow.
Yeah. For what? With no backup plan.
Hell, Avery Johnson, I know he pretty much lost the locker room, but still, he at least got him. They were at least in the playoffs the year he got fired.
Yeah. I mean, he took him to the NBA Finals. What can we say?
Dallas, the Cowboys are a victim of this. I'm not too necessarily sure the Rangers do. and the Mavericks, they hold on to people too long.
Absolutely.
Just like even when Dirk was coming down to the end, I think Mike was too. We were all on the same boat. It was like, dude, I love Dirk. Dirk's the man, but we can't keep hoisting Dirk up. We can't keep going to offseason and talk about, well, what does Dirk want to do? We have to see what Dirk wants to do. Hey, I'm from Dallas, okay? I represent Dallas, okay? I'm more worried about the Dallas Mavericks winning championship than I am an individual player winning a championship. So when you hear me talk about the Mavericks, I want the Mavericks to win tonight. It's not I want Luka to go out there and get it tonight. I don't want KP to go out. I want the Mavericks to go out there and get it tonight. Unlike when I'm talking about LeBron, when I say LeBron, I say, oh, LeBron is going to get a win tonight. LeBron is going to do this. LeBron is going to do that because I'm a fan of LeBron. But when it comes to team-wise and the Mavericks, you always hear me say Mavericks. I want the Mavericks to win because I'm a fan of the Mavericks. I'm born and raised in Dallas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All I know is 214-972. I don't know nothing about that 469. I don't do the 469. I told you that the other night.
Hey, word on the street is that you know about that 713-281 also, man. That's what the going word on the street is too, man. They say you have ties down in Houston, man. They say you have ties down in Houston, man. That's what the people are saying. So, I mean,
I don't know nothing about the 713. I don't know about 713.
I just got a comment here saying you false claiming with the gear on, man. They don't want you false claiming other people's hoods. And
what's
stuff,
that? The 713 and 231.
That 713-281, man. They say you false claiming and stuff. They say
man.
Your affiliation is there, man. So no, but
I don't remember. All I know is 972 and 214. I don't know about the 469.
Hey man, I'm 214 bred, man. That's where I come from. That's all I know, man. The 469 came on late, but that's a good question by Mike, man.
Whatever he wants, we got the salary cap to afford it.
Yeah. Well, Mike, here's what's going to have to happen too, man. You're going to have to talk to some of your sources inside of the organization, man. If you know anybody there. And let them know that this guy is a good fit for this basketball team. Because if you leave it up to them, they will go against. They will tell you everything, Mike, to make you believe that this is the worst possible move that the Mavericks can make. When your basketball heart tells you that it's the perfect move.
It's not on us. Leave it up to them. That'll get you Chandler Parsons.
Oh God. Jesus. What a disaster that was.
Leave it up to them. That'll get you Chandler Parsons.
Well, hey, if they like him, they should go after him. If they go after him. You know, well, let me say this. And, Mike, I'm going to say the same thing to you too, man. I think with the Mavericks, and it's the same way I talk about the Cowboys. Even though this isn't a Cowboys show, it all goes together. The mentality within these organizations has got to change. It's got to be that aggressive mentality like, hey, we see this guy. We think he could be good for us. Let's go get him. You know, that's not let's see how it works. Let's see if we can dwindle him down. No, Mike, if that's the number 4 for 120, what's that, $30 million a year? Pay it. If you feel like he can help you go to the next level, pay it, get him here. That mentality.
What did I tell you last night on the show? I don't even care about money no more because I don't even care about how much you got to pay a guy no more. That don't mean nothing to me no more. I'm watching players get traded with large contracts now. I don't care no more. Yeah, pay him whatever you want to pay him. He can get traded if he's bad.
Hey, you know what, man? I tell you what.
I watched Jared Goff get paid a whole bunch of money and get traded for Matt Stafford. Pay him whatever you want to pay him.
Hey, well, but here's the thing with that too, man. And yeah, we know that you could get out from underneath the contract. But the thing is, when you sign guys to that much money, the reason why they're being cautious about it is not because what he's going to be in the future, but it's more because when you dedicate that much money to one player, you know what you can't do? You can't continue to build around it. You can't continue because you've allocated all your funds to 1 or 2 players when you really need 4 or 5 players that can help you.
Tell that to the Rams who keep figuring it out. Not only that, once Westbrook got paid a lot of money. Guess what? They traded him twice. He's been traded twice since he got his last contract. Chris Paul got paid a lot of money. He's been traded, 2 or 3 times? Yeah, twice since he's
No, you don't get no argument from me with that. I just think that that's the reservation that these teams have. They feel like if they put the money up or whatever, and we put it all on this one person, we can't go get this. But
I don't know, Mike. At the beginning, I was hearing they were having strife with each other. I think John Collins called Trae Young out. They might be good now, but at the beginning, they had some strife there.
Yeah, well, we know who the future of that team is. It's Trae Young, so they're not gonna let John Collins dictate anything here. They'll let him walk before they do anything.
I made a mistake when I was talking about this earlier. I said that they would choose Clint Capella. No, they're choosing Cam Reddish over John Collins. That's who it is. I was thinking Clint, but they're choosing because they drafted Cam Reddish. No, let's say they drafted John Collins too, but somebody over there likes Cam Reddish more than like John Collins. That's why they don't want to pay him. Well,
John Collins is a baller, man. So if you could go get him, I like that number, Mike. 4 for 120. Why not? Why not? There's a young guy.
I'll give him more if he wants it. I'll give him more if he wants it, and he can shoot too. I'll give him more if he wants it.
Listen, you pair him with Luka and then KP if he's still here, or whatever you decide to do, man. That's a nice little 3-piece you have there. Nice little.
It really is. Really is.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be opposed to it, man. He's going to be restricted free agent, so the Hawks are going to get a chance to match it. But you get that number up high enough, they're not going to match it. They're just simply not going to match it. So, it's an opportunity, man.
Yeah, I'd max him out. What's the worst that could happen if you max him out? I can trade him. I can find a way to get him back. I can find a way to get my money back.
And he's a young guy too, man. It's not like this dude is like 30 years old. He's a young guy. He can grow with Luka. KP, people think of KP as like the elder statesman or whatever because he's a little bit older than Luka. But I mean, KP is still 24, 25?
KP's still 25?
Yeah. So it's like, So I mean, my thing is, man, if you can have a young core like that, and then you go and you make
John Collins is only 23 years old.
Perfect sense. Why not? 4 years, 120? Hell, 4 years.
See, I'm starting to think that he must have something going on off the court. He must.
Who is this, Collins?
He must have something going on off the court. He must be a knucklehead or something. There's some reason they don't want to pay him. I don't know what he's done, but they don't want to pay him.
Well, we better do our homework because the last thing we want to do is go pay him and then he turns around and that knucklehead shows up here. We don't need that. We really need that. We got to keep the progressions going here, man.
The question is, it says the Hawks are exploring a trade. It says right now they're exploring a John Collins trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. He tested positive for steroids.
We can get over that. That's minuscule. We can get over that.
Yeah, remember he got he missed a lot of games. Yeah.
I mean, just young guy made a young mistake, man. I mean, the dude is a baller. That's what it boils down to for me. Dude is a baller. He's 23 years old. You want young pieces that you can have on this team that can grow and be there for the next 5-6 years playing with Luka, then go for it. These guys don't just grow on trees. They don't just become available. So when they are there, it goes to what I said earlier, Walt, the mentality, man. If you see there's a guy that you feel like can make your team, 10 wins better the following year, go get him. It's about acquiring talent and allowing your coaching to put you in position to win basketball games, football games, soccer matches, baseball games. It's about talent acquisition, man. I firmly believe that. You acquire the talent, make sure you have a coaching staff that can handle it and put it together and win games. That's what it's about.
Okay, so it sounds like he took a supplement that he didn't know was steroids. Like, they'll take these supplements where he didn't know it was a steroid. And that's why he was trying to appeal it and everything. Of course, he lost his appeal.
Right.
But that's what it sounds like. It's like, but that's what I say. taking Roy's at basketball, what does that do? That makes you too strong. Now you can't. Now he's shooting the ball all hard.
Oh, yeah. You shooting everything off the glass.
Yeah, exactly. You breaking the glass when you shoot.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it was, if it was an honest to God mistake, if it really was him taking what he thought was a supplement and it just turned out to be steroids, hey,
that's the way it appears and it looks. So
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to put too much on it, man. I just want good basketball players. The dude's
he
a
won't
good
do that
basketball
here.
player.
Bring him to Dallas. He won't do that here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go down the schedule real quick. So Friday night we got the Pelicans.
Okay. I haven't quite made my decision on what that's going to be, but I'll let you know by Thursday night. I'll have an answer.
Okay. Sunday we got the Trailblazers. I don't know if you're gonna be able to watch it on ESPN. I don't know if that's a blackout game too, like it was tonight. Weird move by them. I was starting to wonder if that whole, but I guess it was decided before the whole anthem thing and blacked it out. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what that's about. And then next Wednesday you gotta have the Pistons here. Dennis Smith Jr. returns to Dallas.
Right.
And then on that Friday, you're gonna get you some Rockets. You're gonna be going to Houston to get some of the Rockets.
Xavier Woods there? I mean, Xavier Woods. That's not a name. Christian Woods. I wish Xavier Woods was out there.
I don't know if he's back. Yet. And then you're gonna have the Grizzlies on that Monday.
Okay.
And then to finish it off, you're going to have the Celtics, the 76ers, and the Brooklyn Nets.
Let's rack up the wins while we can get them. That's going to be a rough final week. It's going to be a very rough final week. But the Pelicans, that's a winnable game. The Trailblazers, I think, especially without CJ McCollum, I think that's a winnable game. Just depend on what you do.
You see the way? Have you watched the way Melo's been playing lately? You sure you want to throw that out there?
Yeah. Listen, hey, it's a challenge. It's not going to get any easier. I mean, look, we're not going to just keep running into teams missing their star players. I mean, at some point you're going to run into Dame and Melo. You're just going to have to go out there and play.
Good. Melo also climbing the all-time scoring list. I think he's number 11 now.
Yeah, he passed. I forget who it was. He passed somebody in 12th tonight. So yeah, shout out to him. But I mean, it's a winnable game.
He's either right behind Hakeem or he's in front of Hakeem, because I think Hakeem was number 11.
Well, I don't think Melo's going to get up there in the top 5. I don't think he's going to play long enough to get there. I just really don't think he's going to play long enough. I don't think he's going to get there, man. That top 5 is pretty stacked up, man. I don't think he's going to get there.
Your top 5 is what? Kareem, Karl Malone, LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan. I forgot who.
Dirk at number 6?
Who?
Is Dirk number 6?
I think Dirk's number 7.
Yeah, Dirk's 6 or 7.
Wilt, you got Wilt at Wilt at number. Dirk is number 6. Wilt is number 7. 8 is let me look it up. I think 8 might be Shaq. Yeah, 8 is Shaq. 9 is Moses Malone. Elvin Hayes is number 10. Hakeem is number 11, and Carmelo's right behind him.
Okay.
At number 12. So Melo's trying to get in that top 10, so he coming the ball. Is my point. He's coming the ball.
Well, hey, that's fine. That's fine. As long as he don't get any, as long as he doesn't switch positions on the night that he plays us, that's fine. That's fine with me. Just don't do it against the Mavericks, please. Please.
So you go from there.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna play the Celtics, the 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets. You're gonna go to Brooklyn. You're gonna go to Magic, and then you're gonna go come back here for the Thunder, and then All-Star break.
Yeah. think we could be okay.
So I guess with this next coming week, we got a dub with the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think the Pelicans can be a dub. I'll have a full confirmation on that by Thursday.
We're gonna go. What you giving the dub? We're gonna give a dub to the Trailblazers.
I'm going to say the Mavericks are going to win. I put it like this: I can see the Mavericks losing to the Pelicans, but then beating the Blazers. I don't know why I feel that way,
or vice versa.
Yeah,
or vice versa,
right there. Yeah,
or vice versa. Okay. Pistons.
That's a dub.
Okay. They just went on Brooklyn the other night.
We're not Brooklyn. We don't have chemistry issues. We don't have chemistry issues.
Okay.
And we don't have Kyrie either. So we're good.
Did you see his speech tonight before the game? That was a little bit weird. I retweeted that. You need to go look at that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Shout out to the Chinese New Year. Just go look at that. Rockets on Friday.
Give me a win against the Rockets. We're going up to Houston. Give me a win against the Rockets.
Old Coach Silas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nothing personal. We're just gonna come up there and kick your ass.
You gotta get the Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough one for me. The Grizzlies are gonna get up and down the floor. Last time we played the Grizzlies, I forget who that guy is, but number 24 for them, man. I forget what his name is, but man, he was balling on us, man. We could not stop him. It wasn't Ja Morant, it was 24. He was just shooting the ball just so well. I forget what his name was, but I just remember the number. But it's a game that's winnable, man. It's just going to be about how the Mavericks how they're streaking, what their confidence is like going into those games. I can see them over those games that you mentioned. I can see them winning. Maybe 4 of those games. Winning more games than losing in that set of games that you mentioned.
Oh, Delon Brooks.
Yeah.
That's who you talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who you talking about.
Yeah. That guy can hoop. He can hoop.
He can. All right, so we'll get up out of here. Tomorrow night, I'm guessing play by ear because Ice Mageddon is here, apparently. Everything's supposed to be iced over tomorrow. So I guess we'll play tomorrow night by ear. We don't know yet. We'll see. We'll take a look and see. But as of right now, I'm going to say yes, we are in studio, just depending on what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And so we'll be in studio tomorrow, and we'll be back here Friday night for Pelicans Mavs. Maybe your prediction is right again with a dub. Maybe they escape by the hair of the chin.
Yep, just get out with a dub. Doesn't matter how it happens, just get out.
Okay, a win is a win. Don't matter how you get it.
Right.
So we'll you'll see us tomorrow night and you'll see us Friday. Tune in this show, BFB. Also, go follow the YouTube page, BFB DFW. Search it that way. If you can't find it, type in BFB DFW. Click on one of the shows and follow us there. Subscribe from there. But like I said, we'll see you tomorrow night and we'll see you Friday. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.